Welcome back, guys. I did a little bit of moving around. I made me an electrum item pipe because I got more gold and silver than I do copper, or did at the time. I now have this nice little stack of copper here, and I moved the boiler that was out here back here. That way I got both of them side by side, easier to deal with. I made another coke oven, and I'm using charcoal to run my boilers, and I found that these coke ovens just about keep up perfectly with the boilers, so I don't have to do a whole bunch ahead of time. If I'm going to be in here doing things, I can just keep them running that way. I got all my malachite that I had done up. That's where all that copper came from. I've been working on brown limonite. Now I'm doing the little bit of coal that I had, and then I'm running lignite coal through next because I actually ran out of coal things to use in here, and I've gotten a whole stack of dark ash plus 39 over here, but I've got a whole bunch of limonite that I need to get done up. I'm going to work on that today once I get this done running. And because I got all that done, I actually managed to get enough to get my squeezer done. So it's a bronze spring, a bronze rod, 2 triple bronze plates, robust bronze machine casing, and a wrench, and that makes the squeezer. And then I need to make another engine to go with it. I had to make me another titanium hammer because I can't use my crusher thingy or shredder thingy. And I need to make a small spring for this. I can't remember how the heck it was. There we go. And it's like that. And then hammer and wrench. It looks like I'm going to have to make a new wrench pretty soon. Alright, so I got these, and I'm going to put them right on this same line. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to hook the steam up to it unless I'm using it. And I found out that running both of those boilers will keep this thing running and not overheat. So let's see, that goes that, nope, goes that way. And then this will go down here. I want to put it this way though, because that's the input. That would be the output, but the output we're going to have is liquid, and the liquid output is at the bottom. Now I got to go find some pyrolusite to get some manganese so I can make stainless steel before I can actually use it, because the next thing that I need is a coagulator. And there it is. it needs a stainless steel machine casing and stainless steel screws. And stainless steel is chrome, which I got lucky and found chromium dust in a dungeon, but it's that, nickel, and manganese and iron. So the only thing that I don't have is the manganese, and that'll come from a pyrolusite vein. And let me come in here and go to sleep, and I'll show you what I'm doing outside. I took down all the farmland that I had over there, and I stretched this out so it's now 9 wide, and I put this little wall here. I'm going to end up putting a gate here, but I haven't made the gate yet, because over there I kept getting slimes getting up and breaking out my farmland. If we come over here and look at it, you'll see that there's all kinds of little dead spots everywhere. That's where these guys have been jumping on my farmland, and then I lose what I had planted there. So I'm going to make a regular IC2 farm in here, which will be 4 by 4. And there'll be a water spot in the center there. And then this area up here shouldn't be big enough. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's only 6. This here I'll use for more of this crossbreeding. But I'm going to dig a hole right here and put water here. That'll fertilize everything. Or not fertilize it, but hydrate it. And I noticed in my Gregtech 5 world that I was getting random crops just from crossbreeding the same crop for like half of a field. And when I did this one here, I got another nether wart, and I just haven't put it back yet. So I'm going to try the same thing on this farm that I did there, and they're off. And these are full again. So I'll have to deal with that. I'm also going to start going out and rounding up some bees so I can get some beeswax so I can make wooden fluid pipes, because the wood pipes from Gregtech don't automatically pull things in, and there isn't any pumps yet for Gregtech. So the distilled water that I have out there and the creosote that I have in these, well, the creosote that I have in these, I have to bucket out. And I don't like the way their mechanic works, because I have to click in, get the bucket, and then click it in. You can't click like Railcraft, but Railcraft is slower, so it's either which way do you want? Do you want it to run quicker, or do you want it to be easier to manually do? I put Railcraft in here. That's where the stone bricks comes from, because I want to get a wooden railroad put in over to the big mining area I'm doing. And I also made a Mind Tweaker script, which I'll show you in a minute. I want to look up, I'm sure y'all probably know, but there's wooden fluid pipes here, and you need this pipe sealant. And I either need cactus green or beeswax, and I don't know where a desert is right now. So the easiest thing to do is get some bees, make a bee house, and just get me some beeswax that way. I'm going to have to get a centrifuge made to get the beeswax out of it, which means I either got to use the forestry centrifuge or wait until I can get to the Gregtech one. But I'm going to need it either way eventually. Let's see, the bronze centrifuge, it needs rotational energy, so I gotta have aluminum. It's not very difficult to make once I get the aluminum to make the motor to run it. But I gotta get the aluminum. I want to test something that Greg was just talking about on the forums. It's the way that I was telling you guys about how to get aluminum out of bauxite, but I've never tried it. But seeing as how I have two machines that I really need to get made that I need aluminum for, I think I'm going to go ahead and try it once just to see if I can do it. I'd rather not, but when it comes to needing it, I really need it. And somebody was asking me about getting aluminum from clay dust like we always have before. And yes, you can. 7 clay dust gives you sodium, lithium, aluminum, and silicone, but it needs 112 EU per tick electrolyzer. Now, if I look up the electrolyzer, this one is 32 EU, this one is 128. So I need medium voltage, which means I need annealed copper or regular copper. I don't know why those are black. They've actually got rubber on them. That's weird. And then platinum wires and a stainless steel hull. So I probably will have enough chrome, but I don't know. I only have 3. So I don't know if that's going to be enough for both things that I need to do to get the electrolyzer. So I'm going to try the bauxite method. If it doesn't work, or it's too dangerous for me to do, because I really need to wait until I get my coagulator done before I even do it, because you have to fill this up with 16 bauxite, and then there's a 1 extra like buffer stack, and you've got to fill that with like ice or water. So when the bauxite drops, melts, because there's less aluminum than there is bauxite, you'll have less aluminum than you did the bauxite. The crucible will drop. The contents of the crucible will drop down when it turns to aluminum, and the water will drop the temperature, or ice will drop the temperature instantly to keep the aluminum from evaporating. And you can't really do that unless you set it up and get the hell away from it without a hazmat suit, because the steam will kill you. And I have all of this bauxite already ready, what I might do before I even try it, because I've got to do at least 16 anyways, is go ahead and wash all that and see how much aluminum I can get. So right now I have 2, and I have 6 more tiny in here. And for a motor, I need 14. So that's 2, 4, 6, 12, 13, 14. So yeah, I need 14 for a motor. So I need a lot more than what I already have. I do believe, let me go look real quick. I do believe there's an aluminum vein right over here. And if there is, I'm still going to test it just to see if I can get it to work and to show you guys. But I may not actually do it for my way of getting aluminum. I do believe it's that hill right there. I seen aluminum in. And I need to make this trip pretty quick because it's getting nighttime. There's going to be bad things out here that are going to be talking bad about me, and I don't like that. Yeah, right there it is. So I got another bauxite vein right here that I can mine out. That'll give me even more that I can go through. And it's not far from the house. In case you're wondering, I haven't done any work on the house since I showed you around last time, because I've been doing all this work trying to get some iron done. Right there's me a beehive I can snag. And the nice thing about being here where I am is, what is that? That's more magnetite. Is I'm in a swamp, which means I can do the swamp bees. And I have a hill right there, so I can put the wintry bees up there. And I know that they've kind of changed a little bit on their tolerances. There's a river right back here. If it's too humid for the regular forest and meadows bees out here, I can put them at the river back behind me. So I can have 3 of the 4 regular bees right here around my house. Alright, I'm going to show you that script real quick. Basically, all I did was I changed the wooden rail recipe to use treated sticks from Immersive Engineering to make 1 wooden rail. So you don't have to do this one where you get 6, but you have to use iron. Now, the only problem with that is this recipe right here. I'm going to have to take out this alloy furnace, because if anybody else uses this mod pack, that will be an exploit where they can get iron, and I don't want to leave that in the pack. But basically, the way I have this set up now, you don't need any iron to make wooden tracks. You can do it all with creosote and wood. It's just going to take a lot of wood, and being it's a wood track, that's what I would expect it to be, is just a whole lot of wood. Another thing I realized, I don't know why I didn't think of it before. Let me go down here a little bit, get away from these noisy mobs a bit. Not go down too far. We'll end up by the portal. If I bring up my map here, get this thing off of underground view. Thank you. This is where I'm at. Right here. These are my animal pens. This is my farm. This is where the new house is, wrapping around right here. And basically, I am mining in this direction. And this is all mountains. Way far mountains. I need to go this way to go mining because this is swampland, and over here is ocean, and up here by my mine, this is where my big mine is ocean as well, and that's where I can get the lower stuff a lot better. And if you notice, this is my bauxite vein right here that I've carved out the whole vein. And then this is where the limonite is. It runs way back to here somewhere. And then there's magnetite all through here. These two connect. So right in this area is just a bunch of ore, because it's magnetite, limonite, coal, gold, all that together right there. And it stretches at least back this far I've worked on. So that's where I'm going to set up my rail. I'm going to basically take it right around this edge here, and it'll have to go uphill just a little bit right here, and then it cuts right through where these trees are. Here is nice and flat through there. So I'm going to build like a little boardwalk around the edge here. I usually come up right about where this parallel is and go right through this little valley here. There's a mountain here, here, and over here, and then this is mostly just gravel right there. So even though I haven't gotten you over there to show it to you, I'll show it to you when I do make the train track. I'll take you for a trip. I did get a little bit of iron done, but not enough yet. The next couple days is probably going to be Gregtech 5, because I'm going to be doing a lot of iron cooking and not really getting anywhere other than getting a big stack of iron, so I won't have a whole lot to show you. And I'm going to be doing a lot of making of those rails. It'd be nice if I actually had the enough iron to make the assembler for immersive engineering, because that would make this a lot quicker, making the sticks and the ties and stuff. But I don't have enough yet, and I really don't want to waste what I am going to have, because very soon I want to get a... is it a chopper? No. Cutter. No. Daggone it. How about just cutter? I've never actually gotten one of these. There it is, woodcutter. Oh, it's all one word. I want to get one of these made as soon as possible, but I got to get into actually doing rotary craft, and this thing is going to take so much iron, it's ridiculous. So I need to get a bunch made up before I can actually do that. But that's going to be how I farm my wood, is with one of those. So that's it for today. Have a good one. take it easy. If you have any suggestions, let me know. But that's what I'm going to be working on the next few days. And I will see you later.